Bro, the sad reality of this is them not get any justice for Nolan Wells, bro. That is probably the sad reality of this, bro. It doesn't matter who's paying for the funeral. It doesn't matter who's talking about this case. It doesn't matter who is doing what, who is doing this. They're not getting justice for him, bro. Because we have seen this so many times, bro. We have seen this so many times, bro. You get me? I say, and there's so many red flags in this case. And you're telling me that nobody's being charged and nobody's being held accountable for Nolan Wells' death. Buckler, bro. I think it's literally hard to be an African American in the US, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Because you're telling me 4 of us go to a fucking island, bro. And 3 of us come home back, dog. And there's no lamp on the 3 of them until investigation is done. Nobody's been held accountable for this his death, bro. Just because he's black. Bro, that's some crazy shit, bro. Crazy shit. And it's crazy because the fuck up thing about this is it doesn't matter how safe black people try to play in this case, nothing will come out right. And the sad reality is if black people was not playing safe, right? If black people decides, alright, if Nolan father decides, alright, I am going to be everything that you guys think of us. As in angry, dangerous, loud, and violent. If Nolan Wells' father should kill all of his Nolan white friends, right? Or even not even kill, not too far. If Nolan father should kidnap one of his white friends, right? And torture one of them until them talk. I bet you any money them gonna talk. And the fuck up thing about this is if Nolan Wells' father should do that, if every black person in America should start to act like that, violent, loud, aggressive and so forth, bro, and start killing white people randomly. White people are just killing for black people, bro. So there's no way to win this, bro. This shit is too crazy, dog. There's no way to win, dog. It doesn't matter if them play it safe or not. There's no way to win, dog, when it comes up against white people, dog. Crazy, bro. That's why I literally don't like watch American news, dog, because this shit is crazy, dog. You get me? I say, being black, you don't get justice for being black. You get me? I say, it doesn't matter if you're a victim. It doesn't matter if there's footage showing that white people. Bro, it doesn't matter, dog. Money, power, status, and color. And when it comes to color, bro, that outshine everything else. It doesn't matter if you have power. It doesn't matter if you have status. It doesn't matter if you have money, bro. Once it comes to color, dog, once you're not the same color as a person them where run things, bro, you get fucked up.
This new evidence in his Nolan Wells murder is probably the biggest piece of confirmation that something really, really, really bad happened to Nolan. So Warren, who's one of Nolan Wells' supposed friends who rode out to Horn Island with him, he did an interview, and during this interview, he revealed something that kind of lines up everything else that we've heard since then. Now, what he says is a direct contradiction to everything they want us to believe about Nolan Wells.
Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride in with somebody else. And it's not uncommon to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. Get on the boat. We're leaving. If you're coming, you got to come now. And Nolan made a decision to stay out on the island. It's not like we just left him there, or my friends just left him there. Nolan made a decision to stay on the island after my friends asked him multiple times and told him to get on the boat, and he decided to stay.
And I heard the girl that he was with, Katie, had text somebody that she heard people yelling
for
Nolan to get on it. Is that true?
And I have a picture of that. She texted my buddy, and the next day everybody was panicking and everybody's texting Katie, because she was obviously seen with Nolan the whole day at the island. Katie sent a message to my buddy the next day and said, this is the last time I saw him, he's really sweet. But she also mentioned that the last time she saw Nolan was when my buddy was yelling at him to get on the boat.
They're telling this story as if, by the way, it confirms their story. It's actually the contrary. Now, he said this before the audio got released, and the audio is horrific. The audio confirms to me something really, really, really bad happened to Nolan. But he said this as if this is a confirmation and not a debunking or contrary to his story. If you're saying, hey, we left Nolan on an island, we don't know what happened to him, and our proof of this is we see Nolan cradle up with Katie in his arms. And we was calling Nolan over to get on the boat, and Nolan said he's staying, and Katie can confirm this. And then Katie says, according to you guys, Katie confirmed to you guys the last time she seen Nolan was when y'all was calling him over. Well, she wouldn't say that if Nolan stayed. If the last time Katie seen Nolan was when y'all was calling him over, that would imply that he went over to you guys. Katie even told the family that Nolan told her he was riding home with his friends and he had to go. Your very story confirms exactly what we suspected, which is Nolan went on that boat. Now, y'all called Nolan over at 3 p.m. Y'all was still on the island for an hour and 30 trying to figure out that boat situation. So we don't know what took place in that hour and 30. But clearly something is not sitting right. And this audio made me lose sleep last night, man. Now, the audio is of the 911, well, not 911 call, but of the emergency call that Wyatt made to the boat operators or to some type of subscription that help people who were stranded on boats. So Wyatt made a call, and the operator picks up, and my God, you start to hear something very dark and grim from the beginning.
Connected.
They don't realize the AI operator already started recording because they believe they're waiting for somebody to pick up. They believe they're on hold, waiting for a human person to come and assist them. So they're talking freely, waiting for this human. The AI operator is recording everything. So that's where you hear, he's dead. Oh my God, he's dead.
Connected.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey,
They were not aware that was already being recorded. So they get to speaking freely, the operator picks up, now everything changes. Everything changes. So they're panicking, oh my God, no. Hey, operator, everybody on mute. But they still let a couple things slip through. Now, what proceeds to follow is one of the strangest calls I've ever seen in life. This is one of the strangest calls I've ever witnessed in life. You've never seen anything stranger than this before.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey,
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.